Some people have seen where God has brought you from. You don't really understand it. They don't know your story.
You don't know
The things.
Good evening, Jake's family, here in the UK and all around the world. How are you all doing? I know it's not such a nice day today because of the weather, but a couple of weeks ago it was a lovely couple of weeks, but now it's just raining. But I just want to say I am blessed, and I'm happy to be here to be talking about my story and talking to other guests. Now, my next guest is a super special guest, and he's got an amazing story to tell. And I would like you all to listen and be encouraged by this special guest of mine. Now, if you've got any questions, please put it in the chat box, and I'll try and mention you or try and answer your question. But let's invite my special guest, who is Darren Ferguson.
Hey, Michelle, how are you?
Hey, Darren. Nice to see you and meet you once again. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. I haven't been too well the past couple of weeks, but I'm getting there, and I'm just blessed to be here to meet you and to be interviewing you as well.
Oh, bless you. Thank you for the for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem at all. So let's get right into it. Now, okay, let me ask you this first question. Can you tell our viewers your name and where about in the country you are coming from?
Yeah, my name is Darren Ferguson, and I'm based in the beautiful Milton Keynes.
And is it raining over there in beautiful Milton Keynes?
It was earlier, a little bit cloudy, but it's okay at the moment. It's all right.
Okay.
The flowers need the rain, so we can't complain.
Well, that's true. That's true. Let's hope the sun comes out tomorrow. Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. So I understand that you've had. Let me get this right. You've had 5 transplants.
That's right.
Can you tell our viewers what transplant you had and why you needed this transplant?
Yeah, sure. So I suffer from chronic kidney disease. I was diagnosed from chronic kidney disease from 3 weeks old. I'm now 40.
Wow.
So I know I don't look it, do I? I know. I know I look about 80. Thank you.
And I bet if you shave off your beard, you look even younger.
Oh, I know. The grays are starting to show, but it's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
But so yeah, it's been a 40-year journey. It's been a very difficult journey, to be honest with you. As I said, you know, I was diagnosed from 3 weeks old. You know, it's quite a long story, but to keep it short, after I was born, you know, my mum, we went home as normal. You know, after giving birth, and all I done, I literally just slept. That's all I done. You know, I didn't wake up for feeding. I didn't cry. You know,
my gosh, what a long sleep you had.
You know, my nappies are dry. You know, to some people this would be like the perfect child. You know, but obviously,
obviously, like all the time.
Exactly, but obviously we know things don't work like that. So my mum quickly realized there was an issue and took me to our local GP at the time where we lived in Kettering. And then they said, you know what, we don't have the expertise or the machines to do what we need to do. Bearing in mind, this was the 80s, you know, so it wasn't as great as it is today. So they rushed me blue light, you know, to Great Ormond Street Hospital, the world-renowned hospital for children. And after doing many tests, you know, they came back and said that I've got chronic kidney disease. And literally straight away, they had to remove one of my kidneys straight away. It was too infected, and they said I was going to die. So
hold on. So you had one kidney removed when you was only about 3 or 4 weeks old?
That's right. Yeah, had to be removed.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then that's the story. You know, they said I wouldn't live past 7. you know, or if I did, I'd be, as they say, you know, a dwarf, you know, wouldn't grow,
Mhm.
you know, major problems with my bones and stuff. But yeah, thank God, Michelle, you know, I'm 40 now, you know, still alive,
Yeah,
journey. Thank God he's kept me, you know, through many ups and downs. But yeah, that's the short version of
and
where
you
it
have
started.
and you have two beautiful children, isn't is that correct? Two
I
children?
do. I have two beautiful daughters, Imani, who is 7, and
Yeah.
Briella, who is 5, and my beautiful wife, Amanda. We've
Oh,
been married 14 years in November, God willing.
no way.
I
14
know,
years.
14
That's
years.
good.
That's good.
Listen, try and reach 47 years. My mom and dad's been married for 47 years and they
Wow.
celebrated this day. So try
Wow.
and reach that age.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. But you have got a bit of a way to go. So try and reach up to that milestone.
Well, another 40 years. You know how old I'll be.
Don't worry about that. God is good in it. God is good.
Well, I mean, yeah, 14 years. I'm happy. I'm happy. It's going well. It's going well. I
Nice.
can't complain. Again, God has kept us, you know, through you know, the ups and downs of life and my medical
Yeah,
and
I
you
hear
know,
you.
it's yeah, it's all God. I can't take any credit. You know,
Yeah,
he has really kept me because there were times that I really wanted to give up or I
I
wanted
hear
to
you.
die.
I
You
hear
know,
you.
and
I
where
think
I give
we've
up, he
all
takes
been
over.
there. I think
So
we've all
again,
been there. I think we've all been there. People who've been through transplants or
yeah,
waiting for a transplant. It's
yeah.
hard. It's not easy. Not easy
Definitely
at
not.
all.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. You know, waiting. You know, you have whatever treatment that you may have. In my case, it's dialysis. You know,
Oh
oh
yeah.
that's my daughter online now saying hi, daddy. Hi,
Yeah,
Imani.
I'm just looking. And Jack as well.
Yeah,
Who's
she's on her
Jack?
Uncle Jack's computer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, beautiful. Hey,
Hey,
beautiful. You see your
Imani.
daddy?
Ambry. So yeah, I mean,
Oh,
in the waiting, it's very difficult because it's one of those things that there's no time scale. You know, they
uh-huh.
can't say when you're going to have a donor or, you know, it's going to be 2 3 years. You just have to wait to get that call.
Tell me
So
about it. No.
it's difficult. It's difficult, but it will happen, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me a bit more. So after you had the first transplant, you was about 3 weeks old, and then you had another one. Was that when you was about 7? Was it?
Yeah, well, the
No.
first one was when I was 5. So when I was 3 4 weeks old, that's when
Oh,
they took the kidneys that I was
okay,
born with. That's when they removed one. But then
okay.
my first transplant when I was about 5. You know, as I was telling you backstage, it's very difficult to remember dates and stuff because I was so young.
That's all right. That's okay.
But yeah, my first one was about 5 at Great Ormond Street Hospital.
Okay,
That one was from a deceased
okay.
person. You know, I remember getting my mum getting a call early hours of the morning, and she came and woke me up, said, "We got to get to the hospital. Got to get to the hospital." You know, so quickly shower, change, pack a bag, you know, for
Yes.
your essentials, and then yeah, get down to Great Ormond Street Hospital, and then yeah, have the transplant basically after they do blood tests and stuff.
Yeah. So did you understood then what was going on, or you can't remember?
Not
No.
really, not really. You know, when you're that age, you don't really understand what's going on. You
Okay.
know, you know you're not 100%. You know
Okay.
from what you feel, but yeah, I didn't really understand fully, so I really had to depend on my mum and dad to
And I bet they were distraught themselves.
oh yeah, for sure. You know, it's very difficult, you know, having a son who is sick. um you know, I had a brother Lee who was healthy, so
Okay.
it was very difficult for them to try and balance out because my mum was also sick and having her challenges as well. You
Oh,
know,
gee.
yeah, she had cancer. You know, so it was a real challenging time. You know,
Wow.
and my dad, bless him, he had to literally carry everything.
Mm,
You know, he was running the church, he was running the business, had to look after mom, had to look after myself, and then also had to
yeah.
look after Lee. So at that stage, it was very much just depending on my parents, literally every day, every day.
We've got great parents, haven't we? They're there for us
Amazing.
24/7, man.
I know, amazing, amazing parents. I literally don't know what I'd do without them. You know,
And
they, yeah. I mean, if you got a family, you need to appreciate them every single day. If you got a great
definitely,
family that look after you, support you, pray with you, love you, hold you up when you can't
yeah.
hold yourself up, you know, you really need to appreciate them because not everybody has that.
No,
Not
they haven't.
everybody has that support structure. So when you do have that support structure, embrace it.
Yeah.
Embrace it. Yeah.
I remember during the year I was getting my transplant. Now, the year before I was going to get my transplant, I was pretty bad. So I
Yeah.
was on oxygen 24/7.
Oh wow.
Um, so I was only going down the stairs once
Yeah.
because the climbing the stairs up and down, it was just too much, too much.
Oh
So I will
wow.
climb up, so I'll climb up the stairs at night before I go to bed, and it would take me about 15, 20 minutes to climb up a flight of stairs.
Wow.
So I'll, yeah, 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. So I'll climb up about 2 or 3 steps, even though I got my oxygen on, my portable
Yeah.
oxygen, and then I'll take a breather. I mean, I'll sit down, take a breather, and then
Yeah.
I'll start again, climb up another 2, 3 steps, sit down, take a breather. So for that year, the last
Mm.
year, I had my parents or my daughter just watching me as I go up the stairs
Oh no.
because
Wow.
as you know, anything could have happened. I could have
Yeah.
collapsed, fallen, because
Yeah.
it was so bad. You know, I was bad then. My
Oh wow.
breathing, I was coughing 24/7. But yeah, my parents, my daughter was there for me 24/7.
Wow.
So I love them dearly, and I'm
Yeah.
so
Of
glad
course.
that
Of
I had
course.
them there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You know, that's part of the reason why we're still here. Obviously, you know, we know about God's grace and Him keeping us. You know, but when you
definitely.
have that support from your family who are there 24/7, as you said,
Mm-hmm,
it makes the harder days possible. You,
definitely.
you know, and as I said, my wife Amanda, who has been in my life 14 years now, you know,
Okay.
has seen me at very bad
Of
days.
course, I
Oh
hear
man,
you.
bless her. You know, sometimes it brings tears to my eyes just to see what I've brought into her life. Bless her.
Mm, mm,
You know, but
yeah.
you know, yeah, she's great. She's great.
Listen, I got a few messages coming up
Okay.
from Jack. That is from Jack. Jack saying, "Yep, I have amazing parents."
Oh,
Of
that's
course you
Imani and
have.
Briella. Oh,
What you
thank you, Imani. Thank you,
I wonder
Brie.
what Jack is after. What is Jack after?
Do you know what? That's Imani or Briella, but they're using their uncle's computer.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
Yeah,
I keep
yeah,
forgetting. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Sorry. Love you, Imani. Love you, Brie. Thank you. We try our best.
No, you do your best. There's nothing
Uh,
more you can do. You do your best. You
I hope
know.
so.
So
I
keep
hope so.
on, keep it up, keep it up.
I will
Any
do.
more messages out there? Come on, bring them on. Come on.
I know I've got some
Go.
friends from my local church. I just want to thank them for joining us this evening.
Okay.
So thank you very
That's
much.
good. Thank you to everyone who's on here listening to Darren's story. It's an amazing story. We've all been through it, but Darren, oh my gosh, I'm super amazed about you because
Don't be.
me going through my one transplant, that was like 12 transplants in one. But for you to go through it 5, but I'll make it finish off the story because I know you got more to tell. So you had
Nah.
the first transplant when you was 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to go from there? Okay. Well, I can't remember the exact ages, but I will talk
Oh
about
no,
my
that's
third.
fine.
I will talk about my third transplant because, to be honest with you, that was the worst. At Royal Free Hospital in London. You know,
Okay.
we were called for another transplant. You know, these calls always come in the middle of the night. I don't know why, but
Yeah. I had mine about after 1 in the morning.
yeah, it's always such a weird time, and it's a scary time as well because when you get to the hospital, all
Hello?
the lights are off and it's cold.
Yeah. Mm,
You
mm.
know, so I got to the hospital. They done the tests and stuff, and
Okay.
you know everything came back positive. You know, they said this is a perfect match. You know, you'll get your life back on track and all this kind of stuff. And
Okay.
went down to surgery as normal.
All
Um,
right.
but what happened was I woke up and I saw my mum crying. I'll never forget. She was standing on the left hand side of me. She was crying. So
Okay.
I simply said to her, I asked her this question, which I always ask for some reason: did the
Mm.
transplant work?
Yeah.
And I'll never forget. She came over and just gave me a massive hug, and she just started crying and said, "I'm really
Okay.
sorry, son. The transplant didn't work." Before
Wow.
I woke up, they had to take me back down to theatre and
Yeah.
remove the kidney that they transplanted. And
Wow.
it was such a bad time because I was about 15, 16 at that time. And I
Mm.
wanted to go out and play football. I wanted to go on holidays. I just wanted to be like
Yeah.
a normal child, you know.
You had
Um,
plans. You had plans.
I
I
did,
know.
I did. But literally within that space of 5, 10 minutes having that conversation with my mum, I literally
Yeah.
felt like my life had been ripped from me. You know,
Mm.
and yeah, I instantly went into depression. Instantly. You know, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to leave my house. You know,
I hear
anytime I
you.
went anywhere, my mom or my dad had to follow me because they wasn't sure how I was going to be. You know,
Yeah.
and it took me a long time to get over it. To be honest with you, a very long time. You
I
know,
hear you.
my doctors and my surgeons were always asking me, "Do you want to go back on the transplant list?" And I was like, "No, I don't want another transplant. I'm not interested. I
Okay.
just want to
At
die."
that time, you wasn't ready.
No, no, I wasn't ready at all. Mentally,
Mm.
physically, emotionally, spiritually, I lost everything. You know, I was literally just a shell. You know, but then later on, I kind of had to speak to myself. You know, because my dad's always taught us to be fighters. You know, don't quit in life. You know,
Okay.
you may have to rest sometimes, but don't quit. And
Okay.
I remember just like saying to myself, "Come on, Darren, that's enough." You know
Mhm.
what I mean? That's enough. That's enough
Mhm.
feeling sorry for yourself. You know,
Mhm.
and I never forget that I thought, you know what? Everybody on this planet has something to deal with.
Of
Everybody. I don't
course.
care. I don't care who you are. You know, it could be financial, it could be relationships, it could be sickness, it could be whatever. You know,
Yes.
this happens to be my story. You know,
Mhm.
you have to come to that realization. You know that
Yeah.
you're not the only one going through something. You know,
True.
sometimes we want to feel sorry for ourselves and we want that pity party. You know,
Yes.
you have to dust the dust off your feet and say, get up and fight
Yeah.
another day.
Of
You
course.
know, and that's what I done, Michelle. It took me a long time. You
Yeah.
know, it didn't happen overnight. You know, but I had to stay positive. I had to,
Mhm.
I had to fight every day, and
Definitely.
I made the decision to go back on the transplant list, and
Good.
yeah, I did after a long while, and yeah,
Okay.
I just embraced every day as much as I could. You know, enjoyed every day as much as I could while I was having treatment. You know, and
Mhm.
just thanking God for every day. But it was
Yeah.
a process. It was a process. I don't want anyone thinking, oh, he's sitting there and thinking, oh, he just got over it in a couple of days. It was months, if not
Mhm.
a few years, a couple of years.
Because
You know,
when I was going through it, when I had my bad days, it was like a challenge. So
yeah,
to me, every bad day was like a challenge. Once I get over that challenge,
yeah,
then I'm good. And then I'll get
yeah,
over another challenge, get over another challenge. And I just kept fighting and fighting and fighting.
yeah,
Otherwise, you get to that place where you was, you, you don't want to carry on with life, you know,
exactly.
waste of time and what's the point? You know what
Yeah,
I mean? But
exactly.
I'm fighting and fighting. And a lot of people think having a transplant is just like having the organ and that's it. There's
Yeah,
so much to it before,
yeah,
during, after, and after, and
of
after.
course,
You're
of
still
course.
dealing with something every day, every day. Medications,
Yeah,
feelings, there's so much to it. And
yeah,
that
for
and
sure.
that's why I'm interviewing people like yourself to let people understand what we're going through.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let me just say hi to Emiliano. Hi, Emiliano. Hope you're okay. Yeah, I mean, sorry. Yeah, transplants is. you know, people think that a transplant is a cure. It's not actually a cure. It's just another form of a
Yeah.
treatment. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And the thing is, when you have somebody else's organ in your body, there would always be that fight. You know, because
Definitely.
your body recognizes that it doesn't belong to you.
It's like a foreign body, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
every day, you know, some days will be absolutely great.
Mm-hmm.
When you feel that you can climb Mount Everest. Other days, like you said before, you can't even climb the stairs. you,
Oh my God. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so of course, you know, modern day science and technology and medication has come a long way. So
Definitely.
it does help. But this is why when I have a transplant, I enjoy every day that I can. Every day.
Definitely. I
You
hear
know,
you.
I travel as much as I can. I go to all the restaurants that I can. I eat the food that I
See?
couldn't eat before.
Wow. Let me see your belly. Let me see your
Oh no, my
belly.
belly's
My
good. My
God.
belly's no. I'm not big at all. Don't worry. I eat with discipline. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But no. But what I'm saying is because from one day to the next, I could lose that
Yeah.
kidney. I could be fine today.
Um,
Tomorrow, I could lose a kidney, and I never want
It's
to
the same
look
with
back.
all transplants. It's the same with
Yeah,
all transplants. Now we
yeah,
always have a rejection. So it's
yeah,
always in the back of our minds anyway. But like you
yeah.
said, we try and enjoy our lives as best as we can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I remember when I had my last transplant, mm, 2011.
Okay.
2011. That was a live donor. I know you're talking about live donors, so I thought I'll bring this in. My
Yeah.
my live donor from my friend Lee
Okay.
Ferrigan. He lost his wife to cancer,
Okay.
unfortunately, and he spoke to me again. It was a long journey, so I'll cut it short. He spoke to
Yeah.
me about wanting to be a donor, you know,
Okay.
and at the time I was like, no, I'm fine on treatment,
Mm.
um, but he was very adamant that he wanted to do this,
I'm glad
you
he
know.
was. I bet you're
Yeah,
okay on
it
treatment.
was,
I
and
bet you're glad on treatment. You're going to be on treatment for the rest of your life. Hey.
I gave up after a while. He's a lot bigger than me, so I said, fine, let's go and get
Okay.
tested, and we ran through all the tests,
Okay.
and they said to him that he's actually got a body of an astronaut. He's so fit,
Wow.
he's a very
Okay.
fit guy. Does training with Jessica Ennis and all this kind of stuff, and
Okay.
yeah, the transplant went ahead, and I'm so grateful to him, because it's something that he didn't have to do. He
I
didn't have
know.
he didn't have to do it at all. And during that period of having that kidney, we had Imani and Briella, our beautiful daughter, excuse me, our beautiful
Okay.
daughters. We were able to travel to Jamaica. We went to Paris. We went to New York. We just,
Okay.
one of the things that I wasn't able to do,
I hear.
and this is why I tell anybody who is about to get a transplant of any organ, when you have that organ and it's working well, live your
Yeah.
life. Live your life in freedom, embrace every day,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy every day. Don't feel bad for what you're because you're catching up on lost
I
years.
know.
You,
I
you know
know.
you're catching up on lost years. So it's really important to
Yeah.
embrace the moment and maximize that moment. So whatever
Well,
holiday you want to go on it. Whatever restaurant you want to
listen,
go and eat, go. Don't let nobody
listen,
stop you.
I should have went on 3 holidays last year. I was so
Uh,
excited. And then Mr. COVID come in. So I'm hoping I'll be able to fly next year. Yeah,
by the way,
no.
it's not Mr. COVID, it's Mrs. COVID, okay? COVID.
What? Okay. You just call it Mr. and Mrs. COVID, yeah? They just mess up people's
Okay. No, I'm
business.
only joking. But
Mash
yeah,
up people's business, man. It's all over. But it's not all over for those who had the vaccination. They can still go on holiday. And we can
yeah.
still go on holiday if we have to quarantine for 10 days. But I'm not
Yeah.
going to pay my big money to be quarantined for 10 days, going and coming back. So I'll wait and see what happens next year.
I
Okay.
know, I know,
Um,
I know. But you know what?
I've
I've
got a
got
few.
plans for next year. But the most important thing, to be honest with you, Michelle, is that forget the holidays, forget the restaurants and all that. That's just the benefit. But the
I
most
know.
important thing is that we're grateful for life.
Of course.
I'm
Definitely.
so grateful to God for keeping me alive.
Yeah.
And just sustaining me, because we know through COVID, so many people lost their life, so many,
I
and,
know, I know,
people like us were high risk, as
definitely.
but the fact that, we're still here is something that we have to give God thanks for. You know,
Always,
yeah, I mean, when you get that transplant, embrace it, enjoy it,
of
smile
course,
every
of
day,
course,
smile every day that you're
of
still
course.
here.
Of course. I've got a few messages here from Moments with Norma.
That's
She's
my
saying
aunt.
angels. Oh, okay. Angels, angels, angels. Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you, Auntie Norma. I love you.
Any more messages? No, I've got no more messages at the moment. But have you got any last encouraging words you'd like to tell to like pre and post transplant patients?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you're waiting, I know it can be very difficult. What I done when I was waiting, I decided to write a list of all the things that I was going to do once I
Yeah,
had
I've
my
done that.
transplant. You know,
Yeah, I've got that.
write a list. But more importantly,
Yeah,
than that, try and stay as healthy as possible. Eat the right, every organ donor or recipient, excuse me, has different diet requirements and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I would say stay as healthy as possible. If you take medication, take it. Do what you can. So when you get that call, there's no they can't say no. When they do the blood test, they find your body in 100% fitness.
yeah,
And if you are already having your transplant and you're on the other side, enjoy it, embrace it. And
yeah.
I celebrate with everybody that is on the other side, and I look forward to getting there.
Of course you will.
I
And
do,
I'm
I
hoping to
do.
meet you. I'm hoping to meet you and your wife and your beautiful daughters one day soon.
You will do, definitely. You will do,
Great.
definitely.
And guess what? I
Mm.
know your auntie. I know your auntie Norma. Norma
That is not
Ellis.
my that is not my auntie Norma. That's someone else. Sorry. Uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, all right then. Right, so anyway, hi Norma. It's nice seeing you. And we got a message from I think it's your son or your daughter. How old were you when you had your fourth kidney?
Oh wow. Okay, I'm 40 now. I'll say I was about 30.
Okay,
30,
okay.
I think. That, yeah, about 30. Yeah. Between 30 and
Okay.
35.
Okay, I'm going to read one more message because our
Okay.
time is running out. As you know, you've got a whole heap of story to tell us, but we haven't got that time at the moment. But I'm going to
That's all
read this
good.
one from Sam. Sam Giorgio, thank you so much for putting together this event. Oh, wow. Thank you, Sam, for being here and listening.
No,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Michelle. You're doing a wonderful job.
Oh, gosh. Thank you. Thank you. I'm hoping to have you on here again because I know you got a lot more to tell us.
No, definitely.
Um,
I will be here. I will be here. Hi,
I'm going to have
Auntie.
to let Okay, well, I'm going to say a big, big thank you to you.
Okay,
And
no
it's been
worries.
a pleasure interviewing you. And like I said, I'm hoping to meet you and your family one day soon. And I hope
Definitely.
very soon. And
Definitely.
I hope your next transplant it is gonna be a success because
It will be.
we need to meet, you know,
Okay.
and get
Okay,
to
we
talk
will.
about each other's stories. Definitely.
Okay. Thank you for having me. I really
Okay,
appreciate it. Thank you very much.
no problem at all. So thank you to all my listeners out there. Thank you for being here. And may God bless you all. And God bless you, Darren, and your family. So I'll
Same to
see
you
you all
too.
next week. Thank you. See you all next week. And thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Some people have seen where God has brought you from. You don't really understand it. They don't know your story.